Hey everybody, this is Clean Cooking with Ann. Today I'm going to show you how to make Mexican flavored egg bites. I'm going to start off with my pound of ground meat. Today I chose turkey. You can use chicken or beef. I've made a little bowl full of my spices here. I'm going to show you what I used. I used 2 tablespoons of this organic salt-free Mexican taco seasoning. It's amazing. A teaspoon of ground cumin, a half teaspoon of ground black pepper, a teaspoon of cilantro, you can use fresh or dried, a teaspoon and a half of Celtic sea salt. It has a lot of vitamins and minerals and it's lower in sodium than regular salt. I'm going to get my seasoning in. I'm also going to use 16 ounces of fresh pico de gallo. It's just beautiful. I found this brand by Incredible Fresh. It is really clean, no preservatives, no nasty ingredients, and it tastes amazing. It comes in medium and mild. And then I have about a cup to a cup and a half of diced onion, and the same for some green pepper. And then I'm going to add a healthy drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. It usually ends up being about 1/3 of a cup for me. It helps keep the eggs from sticking, and it's also really nutritious for you. It adds some healthy fat. So I'm just going to give this a quick mix. Get under there. This is going to make more than one batch of my egg cups. You'll see it's a little too much, so what I end up doing is freezing part of it, and when I'm ready to make the next batch, I pull it out for later. So I have to apologize to you guys. I forgot one vital ingredient. I used minced garlic. About a tablespoon of it is what I would use for this whole recipe. You cannot go without the garlic. Before I actually start making the egg bites, I separated it into 3 different containers. 2 of them are going into the freezer, and 1 of them is getting used today. This is a great way to food prep and cut down on time for yourself later. And you're also making sure that you're not making any of your ingredients go to waste. I'm back with the egg bites. I've got my muffin tins filled with the mixture. I've put it on a pan because when you use a silicone mold and you don't put a pan under it, you're going to have a huge mess if you try to transfer it onto a pan afterward. So make sure you do that in advance. You don't have to use a muffin tin. You can also use just a casserole dish. Just make sure that it's well greased if you're going to use anything that might stick. So I'm just going to whisk up my eggs real quick here. They don't need to be severely beaten. Just a little bit. Just hurt them a little bit. Enough so that they're well incorporated. If you talk to my kids, they will tell you I do not like it when they make extra messes. And I found out that this can be a little bit of a messy ordeal. So I have enlisted the use of a turkey baster to fill up my bites in the tin. It works perfectly. I'm going to show you on a couple of them. You have to mix them afterward, or you're going to have this meat at the bottom that doesn't stick together and your egg bites are going to fall apart. I just take a fork and I make sure they're a little bit mixed up before I finish and put them into the oven. Now while I'm doing this, I've got my oven preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got all my cups filled. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 27 to 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I do put it on convection. You're just going to want to make sure that there's no liquid left on the top, and you'll see it before they're done, or you can use a thermometer to get an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Alright, I just pulled these out of the oven. Some of them overflow a little bit. You can see how puffy they are. They're sticking up out of the muffin tin. You're going to want to give them about 10 to 15 minutes to cool before you try to remove them, or they're going to fall apart on you. So just let them sit tight for a bit. The egg bites have been cooling for just a little bit. You can see that when they're nice and cool, they pop right out of the muffin mold. These are about 2 ounces of protein each. If you're on the Slenderiiz plan, You can have 3 of them for breakfast, or you can have 2 with a sausage patty. Make sure you look at my other videos to see my breakfast sausage recipe.